Thank you very much. I'm extremely happy to be here because my Guru Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam ji said, start your day by meeting the future of the nation. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this function today because I'm meeting almost about 10,000 promising youth of this nation who have taken out 3 days of their valuable time to come here to be part of this International Youth Kindness Conference. I am extremely thankful to Daaji also, Sri Kamlesh Bhaiji Patel. His vision has brought you here. I definitely hope these 3 days of your being here is going to bring considerable change in you, in your thought process, the way you look at the nation, and also the responsibilities you have to carry out. Because we always talk about demographic dividend. This is the word which is being used profusely now. Demographic dividend, India is so lucky, and this is going to be there till 2040. We have just 17 years and almost 3 months more. These 17 years and 3 months are going to be very, very crucial for India. Because if you want this nation to be a superpower, if you want this nation to be super economic power, we have only 17 years and 3 months because of this demographic dividend. So let us make use of each and every day, every minute, every second towards this goal and try to improve our thought process and also thinking process. Definitely this Youth Kindness Conference is going to help you. And also the theme of this conference is Rising with Kindness. Rising with Kindness. So in my presentation, I would like to give emphasis upon what is kindness, how youth can be related to kindness, how kindness is going to bring change in your thinking process or the thought process. The time given to me is about half an hour. I'll try to stick to my timing, and also I think after this we are going to have a question answer session. So if you have any questions or if you have any suggestions and if you want to suggest something, you are most welcome. So with this, because the topic, as you said, a better you for a better India. So by the time you go out of this wonderful place, definitely you become a better person than you were, and in the process you make India much better nation. So I always say kindness is magic, and the advice is always think of this world to be a better when you leave than when you arrived. When you all have arrived here, what was India or what is India? After 2-3 days when you leave, that India should be different. That India should be different. That is the endeavor of all of us. I thank my parents, first of all, for giving me this birth in this wonderful nation called Bharat. I thank all my teachers for imparting knowledge to me so that I am able to stand in front of you and say few words. So these are the two people which we should never forget: our parents and our teachers. I mean, it will be an interaction session. It is not going to be a one-way communication. I have put something on the screen. Can you tell me what this is? Hope you are able to see this. Yeah? These are Navarasas, the 9 rasas which you call. That means different way of expressions and different way of our behaviors. This is called Navarasas. So these are the Navarasas what you have. That is Sringara, Hasya, Karuna, Raudra, Veera, Bhayankara, Bhibhatsa, Adbhuta and Shanta. So these are the 9 Navarasas. Now, there is a great saint called Bhavabhuti. He said, Karuna is the only rasa. Karuna is the only rasa. Even though we have 9 rasas, Karuna is the only rasa. Karuna means kindness. So kindness is the only rasa. Because he said, Eko rasa karunam evam nimitta bedat. That means, if there is water in a tank, we call it as tank. If the water is there in the river, we call it as river. If the water is there in ocean, we call it ocean. But the thing is only water. In the same manner, even though you have 9 rasas, Karuna rasa is very, very important. That is, kindness is very, very important. That's why this conference is on kindness. That's why Daaji has rightly is organizing this conference at the right moment. So this is the great man, Bhavabhuti. So my first proposition is, even though there are 9 rasas, the important rasa is Karuna. Because if you take all religions, they always have talked about kindness. If you see Bible says, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. This is what Bible says. If you take Quran says, kind words and forgiveness are better than charity followed by injury. If you see Buddhism, it also says the same thing. Don't be impressed by money, followers, degrees, and titles. Be impressed by kindness and integrity. That is what Buddhism says. If you follow Mahavira, he says, non-violence and kindness to living beings is kindness to oneself. And finally, what Guru Granth Sahib says, kindness as their deity and forgiveness as their chanting beads, they are the most excellent people. So why I have put is, all the religions, they only talk about kindness. That's why Bhavabhuti said, even though there are 9 rasas, which is very, very important rasa, and the only one rasa is Karuna rasa, that is kindness. Now, there was a rishi. He was going to a river Tamasa for his morning prayers. Suddenly he sees 2 birds sitting on a branch. And suddenly one hunter comes and he takes his arrow and he kills the male bird. And the bird falls on the ground and the female bird starts weeping. So that rishi was in utter kindness. He sees this and he utters a sloka. Ma nishada pratistamtya magama shashvate samaha yat krauncha miduna tekam avadikaya mohitam. He says this. This particular shloka is the first sloka in the entire universe. And after that, this particular rishi writes a very big epic called Ramayana. Who is this rishi? Who is this rishi? Who is this rishi? Yes, Valmiki. So how Ramayana came into being? Because of kindness. So kindness is very, very important. So this is the incident which has provoked this great Rishi Valmiki to write Ramayana. I'll tell you another situation. A helpless lady called one young person and requested him for help and save her respect and prestige. A young woman called one young person and requested him for help and save her respect and prestige. That young person reacted and immediately protected the lady because of the kindness he had in him. Then this person did not stop with it. He ensured that all the people responsible for that incident were killed. Not only the people responsible, but also the people who supported the incident. So imagine this situation. A young lady requesting a young person and telling about her condition. This man develops a lot of kindness. He comes there and rescues her. He did not stop with it. He ensures that all the persons who are involved in this particular act are killed. Not only the persons, but also the people who have supported this act. Can you name this lady and this young man? Draupadi and Krishna. And the whole Mahabharata has, because of this kindness of Krishna, and also a request by this lady. So this is what has happened. In the process of this enlightenment, he has given the youth of the entire world how to develop the personality and how one should perform the duties and the decision making, how it should be done. How he could do it? Through Bhagavad Gita. So, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, the root is kindness again. Kindness, Karuna. So that's why Bhavabhuti said, Karuna Rasa is the most important rasa of all the 9 rasas. So we also need to inculcate this Karuna or kindness so that things will follow. And a young person, another situation, with all luxuries and enjoyment of life, once he comes out of his palace and saw an old man, a deceased person, suffering people and worrying people, he immediately thought the world is full of miseries. Then he thought, what can I do for this? He renounced everything and created and gave a great message to the world, come out of worry. Come out of worry. And so many people followed him. Can you name this young person? Gautama Buddha. Again, it is the kindness. Again, it is the kindness which dominated. So here, earlier, Karuna Rasa has transformed into Raudra and Bhibhatsa in Mahabharata. Here in Buddhism, the Karuna has taken the shape of Shastra, that is peace and tranquility. Now, a young boy of 12 years, because I am always talking about youth and young people, how they created, how they transformed the world. A young boy of 12 years from Kerala, I heard that there are many people, youth who have come from Kerala, had gone for alms as part of the custom, because Bhikshatana it is called. Bhikshatana it is called. So their custom is to go to 3 houses and ask for Bhiksha. So when he goes to a house, there was a lady. She was in utter poverty. She could not come out of the house. Even though she could not come out of the house and she was in utter poverty, she gives him a amla. And then this boy immediately calls goddess Lakshmi and asks her why this lady is in poverty. Then goddess Lakshmi says, this lady has committed so much of sin in the previous births. That's why she is in this utter poverty. Then this person, boy, says, I accept that she has done sin in the previous birth. But now, despite poverty, she felt it as a duty and gave me this amla. So give her relief immediately. Then Lakshmi showers golden avlas. And this is called Kanakadhara. There is a stotra called Kanakadhara stotra. Who is this gentleman? Who is this gentleman? Who is this young boy of 12 years? He is Adi Shankara. Again a young person like you. And because of the karuna, because of the kindness, he saw to it that the Kanaka Varsha is there. Then Shankara has enlightened the society with his knowledge. His speeches, his literature inspired large number of people. Again, what is the root cause of this? It is the karuna, it is the kindness. Then I tell about another gentleman. This gentleman has said, how to assess whether you are a human being or not. He has kept a calculation before you how to judge whether you are a human being or not. He says, whenever you have seen an incident or heard or read about an incident, has it touched your heart? Have you shed tears about the incident? If it is so, did you have any plan to redress that? Have you jumped into action? If you see something or hear something or read something and shed tears and prepare a plan of action and actually jump into the action, then only you are a human being. Otherwise, we are seeing in the social media an incident in Rajasthan. An accident takes place and some gangster comes and shoots the husband. The poor lady is requesting people to stop their vehicles and help. But nobody was helping her. Everybody was taking selfies. Everybody was taking videos. Then this gentleman said, he is not a human being. Can you name who is this? Can you name who has said this? An young person like you. An youngster like you. Who lived for only 39 years. Who lived for only 39 years. Any name? It is Swami Vivekananda. It is Swami Vivekananda. So he decides which qualities makes you a person. Just being born is not important. Whether you are reacting to the situations is very, very important, he said. So here again, Karuna has converted into Veera, that is courage. Can you identify these two gentlemen? Rabindranath Tagore and Mahatma Gandhi. Now I tell you about a conversation that has taken place between these two in Shantiniketan in the year 1915. इन दोनों के बीच में कुछ बातें हुए हैं. ये बातों के बारे में मैं आपको बोलना चाहता हूं. So let me tell you what is the conversation. Once Rabindranath Tagore on this day asked Gandhi, Gandhiji, you are very, very unromantic, he says. Because if you see, Shantivan is also like this only. Beautiful place. There are so many gardens, so many flowers, so many waterfalls. Now, Rabindranath Tagore asks Gandhi, when in the early dawn in the morning, does it not fill your heart with joy to see this reddish glow? When the birds sing, does not your heart thrill with its divine music? When the rose opens its petals and blooms in the garden, does its sight not bring cheer to your heart? These are the questions asked, because whatever is happening in Shantiniketan, Gandhiji remained in the same face. There is no smile or there is no appreciation in his face. Then Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore said, you are the most unromantic person I have seen in my life. Then see the reply of Gandhi. Gandhiji replied, Gurudev, I am not so dumb or insensitive as not to be moved by the beauty of the rose or the morning rays of the sun or the divine music of the birds. But what can I do? When shall I see the red tint of the rose on the cheeks of hungry, naked millions of my people? He asks, you are seeing the flower here, but I want these flowers to be blown into the hungry people of my country. When shall I hear the sweet and melodious song of the birds in the places of their agonizing sighs? When will such music come out of their soul? When will that day come when the light of the morning sun will illuminate the heart of the common man in India? When will I see its luster and brightness on his or her face? So you are talking about romanticism. You are talking about romantic things, birds, the flowers and the water. But I want my people, my country people to be out of this poverty. And they should be happy. Then Rabindranath Tagore gives a title to Gandhiji. What is the title given by him? He calls him Mahatma. So that is the day on which Gandhi has become Mahatma Gandhi. Why? Because of this Karuna Rasa again, kindness again. He doesn't want to see the beauty around, but he wants to have the solution to the problems of the people. Because most of the people, I think they are from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana here. So for them, this face is very, very familiar. This man's name is Yella Pragada Subbarao, the miracle man of medicine he is called. Again, he is an young man. He wanted to become a saint, but he was prevented by the another saint and says, because he was a doctor, go and solve the problems of the society. He lost two of his brothers and his sister-in-law for a disease called tropical sprue. Then, after seeing these people dying in front of him, this man develops kindness. After developing kindness, he did not weep in front of their dead bodies. He came out with 24 innovations. He came with 24 innovations, and most of the anti-cancer drugs which you are using now, they are all invented by this great person. So here again, Karuna, kindness has transformed into innovation. So if you have kindness or Karuna in you, it manifests into different forms. Valmiki, it became in another format. Krishna, it became in another format. Gautama Buddha, it has come out. Shankara, it has come in another dimension. Then we have seen Yella Pragada Subbarao. This is how it is. That's why one great poet said, Telugu వాళ్ళ కోసం ద్రవించి ప్రవహించాలే కానీ మనిషికి మించిన నది లేదు అంటాడు. అంటే ట్రాన్స్లేషన్ మీన్స్, if you melt, if a human being melts, there is no other river comparable to a human being. So what you need to do is you need to melt. When can you melt? If you develop the quality of kindness. If you can develop kindness, you can melt, and then you can become a river, and you can help so much of people, so many people with your kindness. Then, another interaction I'll ask you. When we got independence, we had 36 crores of population, out of which 30% of the population was not getting even one square meal. After thousands of years of looting and 200 years of slavery has brought to us such a situation. People were dying due to famines. One young gentleman saw these famines, saw so many people dying, and he developed kindness. Karuna Rasa has come and he has melted as a river, and he came out with a revolution that now made India self-sufficient in food grains. See, the origin for this is again Karuna. Seeing so many people dying, he developed that Karuna Rasa, and he came up with a revolution which now makes India as self-sufficient in food grains. Can you name this person? He is M.S. Swaminathan, the man behind the Green Revolution. Now we are saying we are ready to supply grains to 160 nations. From famine, we have come to this stage because of the kindness of this gentleman called M.S. Swaminathan. There is another person who saw so many babies dying because of non-availability of milk. There was no milk. And somebody commented in England. He says, the milk produced in India is worse than the drainage water of England. A British fellow says, the milk produced in India is worse than the drainage water that flows in the gutters of London. This man got offended. And on one side, he got this Karuna because of so many babies dying. On the other side, there is another person who is commenting about my mother nation, India. So he comes out. He goes to Gujarat, he goes to Anand, and he established milk cooperatives, and he comes up with the white revolution. Now India is the largest producer of milk in the world. See what is the change. Children dying of milk, now self-sufficiency in the milk. Why? Because of the kindness of one person by name, Dr. Varghese Kurian, the milkman of India. Why I am giving all these examples is that the only one quality which has brought all these changes. What is that quality? The kindness or the karuna. So if you also can imbibe this karuna or kindness, then your approach is going to change. The way you are going to look at this nation is going to change, and India is going to prosper. So that is the purpose of this conference, to inculcate the habit of karuna or kindness in all of you. Friends, start thinking. Develop kindness in this world. Kindness is not just giving a small thing, whatever you are having, that is a small aspect of it. Today, the youth of this country, we are all elderly people. We are all waiting in front of the gate of this Kanha ashram, waiting for all of you to come out with the quality of kindness or karuna in you and serve the society. Today, the youth of this country requires a serious, deep kindness, and you should worry about the problems and you should bring solutions. A youth should not criticize. A person who criticizes, he can't call himself a youth. What is youth? A person who provides solution. So don't criticize. Always you provide solution. And now comes the term of my guru, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Dr. Abdul Kalam was an engineer. He was a space engineer. He was a missile man. Once he goes to a famous medical institution here called the Nizam Institute of Medical Sciences, called NIMS. There he finds a boy just got operated for polio, and that boy was walking in the corridor very painfully. Then Dr. Kalam asked this boy, "What happened to you?" The boy says, "I got operated. मुझे तो सर्जरी हो गया है. जो कैलिपर्स मुझे पहना दिया है उसका वजन है 3.5 किलो. 3.5 kilos of calipers I am weighing, and I am finding it very difficult to walk." Then this man, of course, kindness is in abundance in Dr. Kalam. Immediately he thinks about this boy and the calipers weighing 3.5 kilos. Immediately he remembers a product that is lying waste in DRDO laboratories, that is titanium oxide. It is a waste product that is available. Within 2 weeks, he prepares a calipers weighing only 750 grams and brings it and puts on the boy's leg. That is because of the kindness. That is because of the kindness. Dr. Kalam was not an engineer. He was a spaceman and he was a missile man. He was not a doctor also. But what provided the solution is his concern and kindness. Kindness of Kalam has resulted into a low-weight caliper. So this is the power of kindness. This is the power of kindness. So you all should adopt, or you all should inculcate the habit of kindness. Another thing, he invented another thing called the Kalam Raju stent. Heart stents, That time it was costing 1,50,000. Again he became kind. How can a poor person can afford 1,50,000 for a stent? He and Somarazu, the famous doctor of Care Hospital, they came together. They discovered, or they invented a new stent which was costing only 25,000. 150 lakhs to 25,000. The reason behind it is the kindness. So kindness has produced a innovation stunt. Now, most of the people from Telangana, they may be recognizing this gentleman. Anybody? He is my dear friend. His name is Chintakindi Mallesham. And what he is receiving is an award from Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, and also he was given Padma Shri. For what? He is from a weaver community. His parents were spending almost 2 days to weave a Pochampalli sari. The amount of pain and amount of suffering they were undergoing, he could not tolerate. He developed kindness. And then He fought for 10 years. He studied all the electronic circuits. All the electronic circuits books were available in English. He brought the books in English. He is only 7th standard pass. He brought a English Telugu dictionary. He translated all these books into Telugu. He created his own electronic circuits. After 10 years, he came out with a machine called Lakshmi Asu machine. In 3 hours, you can weave a Pochampalli sadi. His parents got totally relieved. His parents got totally relieved. The whole community got totally relieved. The reason for this is kindness. Again, Karuna Rasa. Karuna Rasa brought change in this entire society. So, inculcate the habit of Karuna Rasa. Again, I'll show you a boy. I don't know how many of you have come from district called Chittoor in Andhra Pradesh. Anybody? From Chittoor of Andhra Pradesh? This boy his name is Pavan. He is from a village called Palamaneer. He has now 39 inventions with him. Only 7th pass he is. The main reason for his 39 innovations are Karuna, kindness. Because he saw so many farmers dying because of snake bite. Because you know, many of you are from the farming community. I am also a farmer. I am doing farmer in 12 acres of land. I know what is the plight of the farmers. Every day morning they have to go and they have to switch on the motor to release water to the fields. So many snake bite incidents were happening. One of his relative also died. Then this boy developed Karuna, and he, with his knowledge, he invented a mechanism wherein you need not have to go to the field, but with your mobile phone, you can switch on the motor. So he prevented so many deaths of farmers. Again, the reason is Karuna, kindness. Again, the reason is Karuna. If you go to Chittoor district, which is bordering Karnataka, so many elephants come and they destroy the fields. Now, what farmers started doing? They started putting electrical fence. And one of the young baby elephant got and electrocuted and it died. This was seen by this boy called Pavan. He developed a lot of kindness for this baby elephant. Then he started thinking how you can prevent the elephants coming and destroying the fields without the electric fence. Then he started doing research. Then he came out with a solution. Elephants are afraid of honeybee sound. Elephants are afraid of honeybee sound. So what he did, he recorded the sound of honeybee and he put it in a CD and gave it to all the farmers. The farmers put that CD in their CD players with a small mouthpiece like this or a loudspeaker like that. So whenever elephants used to come, they used to just press the button. The honeybee sounds used to come and elephants used to run away. See, the reason is the kindness in this boy called Pavan after seeing the death of a baby elephant. So kindness has so much of power. Kindness has so much of power, my dear young man. So develop the habit of kindness. That's why Daaji has rightly said this conference. It is a conference for developing kindness or Karuna in you. So dear friends, what I have talked so far is both about the past and also about the present. What made these people think like that? What made them to innovate? What made them to react is kindness and concern. Youth means a combination of action and reaction. We are all celebrating what now? Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. There are so many problems in this nation. We are all looking at you. We are all looking at you for solutions. We all have become old people now. Now we are looking at young people for solutions. There are so many problems in the villages. Kindly go to the villages. Interact with the farmers. Find out their problems. Be sympathetic them, be empathetic them, and develop habit of kindness, and then solutions will come. The purpose of this conference is to see that you have the quality of kindness and thereby you provide the solutions. Then, we are showing so much of kindness to our pets because I stay in Hyderabad. Lot of people give a lot of love to their pets. They treat them very well. I am very happy for that. Are we showing the same kindness and concern towards the nature? Just think about it. Are we showing the same care and concern towards the nature? Are we reacting when somebody is destroying our forests? Is nature furious towards you, or it is because of the cruelty towards the nature the floods are coming every now and then? But here is a man who has brought forests back in 1,350 acres single-handedly. See, there is a person. He has seen so many forests disappearing. Single-handedly, he developed a full-fledged forest in 1,350 acres in Assam. Can you name this gentleman? Can you name this gentleman? The moment you saw a film star, you said he is Hrithik Roshan. And that lady, who was the heroine? What is the name? Because I don't see movies much. What is the name of the heroine? Katrina Kaif. Yeah, Katrina Kaif. We all know Hrithik Roshan and we all know Katrina Kaifs. But we don't know this great gentleman called Jadav Malai Payang of Assam. Padma Shri Jadav Malai Payang. Single-handedly he brought 1,350 acres of natural forest in Assam. He is the man who got award from my guru, and he is the man who got Padma Shri from the Rashtrapati. See, these are the people. Why? Because he developed karuna, kindness in him. Because forest is dwindling, forest is disappearing. So karuna appeared in him and kindness appeared in him, and single-handedly you did. Because many people think, is it possible for me? Whether I can do alone? Here is the example. Here is the example. Alone what he can do. I don't know how many people of you are from Bihar, Jharkhand. There was one person called Dasharad Manji. Dasharad Manji, 22 years, he has taken a hammer and a chisel, and he chiseled a mountain, and he created a way for his wife to go. Dasharad Manji. There is a film called Manji. See such type of movies. See such type of movies. They give you a lot of encouragement. Then finally, one young man read somewhere, if we continue to exploit our water resources, then a time will come we will face a major global water scarcity and water wars will follow it. One young man like you. Then he started working in Rajasthan. He started building so many check dams. He got Raman Magsaysay Award. And he did so much of conservation, and he became the waterman of India. He became the waterman of India. Name this man? Rajendra Singh. Fortunately, I think he is coming to this program. Waterman of India is going to come to this program. He was a young man like you. He was a young man like you sitting in the audience some time back. Now he is coming as a speaker to you because of the Karuna Rasa which he developed. He saw water depleting. He saw people suffering. Then he changed himself and he said, it is my duty to ensure that water is there. So he became the waterman of India. So much of potential Karuna has, so much of potential kindness has. So my dear friends, please develop the habit of Karuna or inculcate the habit of Karuna. This is what India always thinks. Sarve bhavantu sukhinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani paschyantu ma kaschid dukkha bhaga bhave. This is India. India never wants suffering to anyone. This is the culture of India. So if you want to do that, what you need to do? Develop the kindness. Then Swami Vivekananda said, So long as even a single dog in my country is without food, my whole religion will be to feed it. So feed these hungry people. So develop the habit of kindness or karuna rasa. So many people are suffering because of non-availability of blood, especially the thalassemia patients. If you develop karuna or kindness, my request to all of you is, donate 1 unit of blood on your birthday. Donate 1 unit of blood on your birthday. See how many units of blood will be available in this nation. This is what is developing karuna. Then, can youth demand kindness? I have been talking about kindness. Can you demand kindness? You want somebody to be kind towards you? You want somebody kind towards you, or you want to be kind towards somebody? I want an answer from you. You have to be kind towards somebody. You should not seek kindness from somebody. You should not seek kindness from your professor to pass the examination. You have to show your ability. You have to show your ability. Don't depend on your professor. Let your competence open the doors and not somebody's kindness. Then finally, I'll try to finish. What is kindness? So far we have talked about kindness. What is kindness? No greed, no comparison, running in your own space, cheering for all others, always build others up to the best of your ability, treating everyone that you would like for yourself. Kindness spreads like virus. When you do good to one, that person does better to those they come in contact with him. This is a very infectious disease. Not like virus is also, COVID is also an infectious disease, but we are tying mask for that. But for kindness, you should not. You should not tie a mask. Develop kindness in you. Then you may ask, sir, what are the benefits of being kind? What are the benefits of being kind? There won't be any stress. Just now a class has been taken for you. If you develop the habit of kindness, there will be no stress, there will be no worry, there will be no anger, there is no disturbance. You will get a good sleep, no bad dreams. You will be liked by humans and non-humans equally. Your face looks brighter. Develop karuna, and after 1 year, see your face. There will be huge change in your face, complexion also. You need not have to go to any beauticians. Just develop the habit of karuna. Your face becomes so bright and good. Heart becomes beautiful. And one can die unconfused. There is a lot of confusion when we die. Once you develop the habit of karuna, you can die unconfused. And finally, what is the kindness and what is the impact on your personality? Because there are so many personality development courses here. You read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People written by Stephen Covey. You read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But you need not have to have 7 habits. You need to have only 1 habit. What is that? Karuna, kindness. What happens? No matter how educated, talented, rich or cool you believe you are, how you treat people ultimately tells what you are. He was asking, who am I? He was asking, write down, who am I? Your reply should be, I am a person with kindness. That is period. That is the answer to that question. I am a person with kindness. That serves all the purposes. That serves all the purposes. So, tomorrow, if again you ask him, who are you? Tell me, I am a person with kindness. There is a lot of karuna rasa in me and I am flowing like a river. I am flowing like a river and I am melting like a river and I am flowing like a river. Who you are is measured by how you make others feel. He was also asking this question. Who you are. So tomorrow you tell the answer. I am measured by how I make others feel. Then your words, your presence, and you can make a difference. You can make a difference provided you develop or inculcate the habit of karuna. If you are a doctor, you should see the pulse. There was one doctor, I think, who was answering. She was interested, she said she is interested in delivering babies. That's a wonderful answer. So if you are a doctor, you should see the pulse. You should not see the purse. So when you will not see the purse, when you develop the habit of karuna, then you become a great doctor. If you are an engineer, your construction should be stay for hundreds of years. There should be no corruption. How it is possible? If you have the feeling of karuna. We are talking about politics. We are all talking about politics. We always criticize politics. But when we go and cast the vote, you don't bother about the nation. You don't bother about the type of people you are electing and you are sending into the assemblies and parliaments. Develop the habit of karuna, then your finger will go to the right person on the electronic voting machine. It will go to the, all other factors will go away. Whether this man is going to serve the society or not, that is the only criteria which you are going to adopt. Not the caste, creed, money or anything. It is only the kindness in that person, then the EVMs will be there. A country can become superpower not because of just weapons or the economics. A country becomes superpower with the superhuman beings. A country can become superpower if it can have the people of superhuman beings. If you become superhuman being, the country is going to be superhuman being. How you can become a super being? Human being, develop the habit of kindness. Inculcate the habit of karuna. So my humble request, my dear friends, develop the habit of karuna or kindness. There will be innovations. There will be many things in this nation and India will become a developed nation. I'll tell you a small quote of my guru and I'll complete. Dr. Kalam, he always used to tell us, Lakshmi Narayana, I am going to so many schools and colleges. I see so many youngsters wearing t-shirts. On these t-shirts it is written New York. On this t-shirt it is written London. On this t-shirt it is written Los Angeles. He says, I want to develop India in such a manner that citizens of New York, citizens of London, people of Los Angeles, they wear t-shirt with Bharat India written on it, with Bharat written India on it. This is what is superhuman being. This is superhuman being. So develop the habit of karuna. Develop the habit of karuna. Make the nation great. Make the nation great. It is only possible by the youth. So I'm extremely happy to be part of this wonderful session and I'm very happy to share my feelings and let us hope these 3 days are going to bring lot of change in your thinking process. You go to the quality of karuna and make this nation, you become a super human being and you make the nation superpower. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Bharat Mata ki Jai. Bharat Mata ki. Bharat Mata ki. Bharat Mata ki. Namaskar.